Alright, good day viewers. I remember my humble self again. Otemu teaching on YouTube. I encourage you to subscribe, share my videos, and watch. Not only view, watch it. It's very key to you. Watch from start to end. I'll be teaching you two examples as regards this math. Number 2 is important, as equally more important than number 1. Now, say solve for x. X raised to the power of 2 all over 3 is equal to 3 all over x raised to the power of 2. Now, if x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 3 over x to the power of 2, what do? We cross multiply. This multiply this, this multiply this. When this multiply this, you are getting x raised to the power of 4 because law of indices, multiplication law of indices. And 3 times 3 is 9. So let's make it a quadratic equation. X raised to the power 4. When this 9 crosses become minus 9 is equal to 0. So let's apply difference of 2 squared. A squared minus b squared is a plus b and a minus b. We'll apply it here. So once I apply it here will be x squared minus 3 and the other will be x squared plus 3 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So we equate each of the brackets to 0. So when we equate, they will give us x squared minus 3 is equal to 0 or x squared plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, when this minus 3 crosses equal to, you change to plus, so x squared is equal to 3 or x squared, when this plus 3 change, it becomes minus 3. So both of them have square, so we are taking the square of both sides. So x will be plus or minus the square root of 3. Or x will be plus or minus the square root of minus 3. Okay? This other side is negative value. So I want to work on this side so that we get it a positive value. So here is x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3 or x is equal to plus or minus 1 times 3. And take note, the square root of minus 1 is equal to I. The square root of minus 1 is equal to I. If it's equal to I, that means x is equal to plus or minus root 3, or when I bring it out, it will be I root 3, or x is equal to plus or minus I root 3. So this is the solution. One is plus or minus root 3. Here is plus or minus I root 3 because I get it from here. We with the square root of minus 1 times square root of minus 3. This is the I root 3. I told you I will give you another example of this. Don't disconnect. Stay connected to Otemu Math Success. Alright, let's solve example number 2. Y raised to the power of 2 divided by 50 is equal to 50 over y raised to the power of 2. What do? Cross multiply. Y squared times y squared is y raised to the power of 4. 50 times 50 is 2,500. 50 times 50 is 2,500. Let's just collect y squared, y raised to the power of 4, minus 2,500 is equal to 0. Take note, 50 times 50 is what I produce here. Now let us apply difference of 2 squared. A squared minus b squared is equals to a plus b, then a minus b. Okay, let us apply it here. Here is y raised to the power 2 minus 50. I'm breaking it down now. The square root of 2,500 is 50. Then here will be y raised to the power 2 plus 50 is equals to what? 0. So our duty is to equate each of the brackets to 0. So y squared minus 50 is equal to 0, or y squared plus 50 is equal to what? 0. So as I move this 50 here, become a positive value, y squared is equal to 50, or y squared is equal to minus 50. Y squared is equal to what? Minus 50. Alright, let's take the square root. So y is equals to plus or minus root 50. Or y is equals to plus or minus root minus 50. We can resolve both sides in its basic term in solve. Now, here is y is equal to plus or minus. Here is 25 times 2. That will give us what? 50. Or y is equal to plus or minus 1 times 25 times 2. Because of the negative value, that minus 1 will come in. Now, what are we going to do here? Y is equal to plus or minus. What is the square root of 25? Is 5 root 2. Because we can find the square root of 25 to give us 5. We cannot find the square root of 2. That's why I drop it as root 2. Or, here is y is equal to plus or minus root 1 times 5 root 2 times 5 root 2. And take note, always in the first one we did, we said root minus 1 is equal to I. So I will put I here. Take note. Conclusively, our answer is plus or minus 5 root 2, or y is equal to plus or minus, when we say root 1 is I. Look at it. So here will be 5I root 2. So this is the solution of the question. Share my videos to others so that they can get in touch of Otemu mass success. God bless you. Real good.